Unfortunately, I have to start this by saying I've been here since the very beginning. The very beginning, episode one. I've been here doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And I have never seen this level of backbiting and vicious gossip amongst these ladies. And I have to say, and I never thought I'd be one of the people that would be saying this, but truly, this level of backbiting and of gossip is literally beneath this group of ladies. It's beneath them. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Listen, this is my review for Married to Medicine. This is season 9, and this is the first part of I think it's a 3-part reunion. And I have to say, yeah, things have changed. Things have definitely changed. Um, we've reached a level of backbiting and cutting and dragging that we've never actually been at before. Things have gotten a lot. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, even though Married to Medicine started off with an all-out brawl, we always held them to a high standard, even though they were the show that actually had the fight. They had the fight that it aired, and we seen the whole fight. We saw, when the whole thing went down with Portia and her grabbing Kenya by the hair, we seen that, but then we didn't see anymore. See, that was the bar. That was the too much as pertains to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we don't really get to see too much physicality. We see some kind of heated arguments, but the actual balling and rolling, now we're seeing these people, and I think it's because they're doctors and doctors' wives and doctors' husbands that we hold them to this so-called higher standard. But they don't do as much of the getting in each other's face, and I mean they'll be talking stuff, but actual hitting and carrying on, no, and some of this stuff that is coming out and being slung, it's getting a little woo woo woo. I'm here for it. If this is what they want to do, then that's fine. I hope y'all ain't just throwing everything to the wind just to try to keep up, because I'd rather see you go off than to become something that you're not and you're pretending to be. If y'all really that mad, then I mean, go on and be that mad. Now I know Quad could be that mad, child, because that's what she gives. Quad don't, child. They'll talk about it. She has a tendency to get mad, baby, when you do too much. She get mad. But generally, y'all cry and make up. It's what y'all do on this show. But things have just gotten kind of, they cut the men whenever they just want to. Child, when Quad busts out and call Eugenia and said it's like vagina, Eugenia, I said, so we just straight up disrespected her husband in her face. And it's funny because Toya has changed. Toya has changed, and it's probably to you all's, it's not to your detriment, it's truly to you all's benefit, because Toya will go upside your head back when we first started. Some of this stuff that's being pulled, some of the arguments that, and I'm just being honest, I don't care who don't like it or whose feelings get hurt. If Quad had pulled some of the things that she pulled tonight, talking to Toya, Toya would have jumped on Quad back in the day. She'd have jumped on her with no second thought. But Toya has changed. She has changed in some areas. Because this whole just disrespecting Eugene and just, I mean, and she's really fed up with Quad and Quad with her. But she's real fed up with Quad's mouth. Y'all know, like I know, Toya would have been jumped on Quad. She'd have bust Quad in the mouth. But then after I'm thinking about it, maybe they have been kind of, because yeah, Quad got cut with the glass, and they throwing drinks, her and Lisa Nicole, and Mariah and Toya had to fight. Heavenly's always at it with somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a invisible line that we hold them at, but yeah, I guess they've been just as ratchet as anybody else. But I don't know. It just seems kind of dark over in this area. But anyway, so listen, and this is the thing, and it's all over the place. There's wrong and right all over. Okay, so that one part, like when I say Toya and Quad, it's not, oh, one person's right and the other one's wrong. No, Toya done did things to Quad, said things about Quad that wasn't too cool. And Quad, yes, you've done things to Toya and that weren't cool. I mean, I always thought it was shady as hell when she brought the oodles and noodles in the basket and stuff over to Toya's house when they first started having the money problems and they were showing up. Man, I'd have took that basket and hit Quad over side of her head with that basket. But it was a key, you know. But when somebody returns that type of a favor, Quad been fussing for a season about it. She don't like that. But and there was a lot in here about she can dish it, but she can't take it. Unfortunately, that is true. Quad can throw low blows, but she don't like low blows. Her stomach is not tough. Her stomach's not tough for when she gets punched in the gut, and she don't like it. But anyway, okay, so uh Contessa and Heavenly were literally into a whole situation on the street before they even went to glam and got done. The cameras wasn't there. It's just like, they weren't filming. They didn't got into it. So y'all are really this at each other, that y'all showing up and y'all in the same space and y'all screaming and yelling and calling each other bitches doors and explain yourselves. When we get here, when did we get here, really? Contessa and Heavenly. The both of you all need to be smacked on your behind with a wrapped up piece of paper. What are you giving? I don't see it. And then as soon as you're apart, you both want to cry about how much you love the other one. If y'all don't shut up and sit down, it's just ridiculous at this point. And Scott was getting on our nerves so bad last season with his attitude and his narcissism and the way he was acting. Now Scott's like so quiet and calm, and he's just letting Contessa run around like a wild dog, Scott. What is this behavior? Because we know Damon will snatch Heavenly and get her all the way together. You might need to snatch Contessa because I like her, but she is acting like a wild dog these days. I'm not here for it. She's doing a lot of barking. A lot of barking. Anyway, moving on. And what is this with Simone and Quad? Are y'all pretty much done with each other? Because I mean, I just didn't get, like, Simone was really driving the whole what's Quad's income type of thing. Excuse me, Simone? Very shocked to see that coming from her. And then this is the thing with Quad that I've noticed. Now, all last season, they was giving this girl, you don't share your business with us. You say we're your friends, but you don't act like we're your friends. And she kept being put up against, okay, her sister's circle family and her Married to Medicine family. And the girls of Married to Medicine was like, girl, you don't share with us. We're sharing our whole lives. You here collecting a paycheck. You ain't got no husband. Yet here you are. Well, that's the way it is. Doesn't you know? Time and tenure. She is an OG. She is the breakout star of Married to Medicine. It just is what it is. Miss Quad is part of the fiber that is Married to Medicine, whether you like it or you don't like it. But they were pressing her and pressing her and pressing her and pressing her, and you forced her to show her personal life. Now she showed her personal life, and now you all want to make her pay for it. Now it's an issue. Now you all are looking for all the cracks in the foundation. Now, some of that, Quad, you're going to have to eat. because you've pointed out the cracks in their foundation through the years. But I mean, this looks like some people were kind of making up stuff. Some of this stuff is made up and y'all are just running with it. See, that's where that little invisible line is, where, you know, you didn't used to get all of that heavy street gossip from the Married to Medicine ladies. Now, like Simone, oh, well, you know, I heard from so and so, and then I heard, and I'm like, really, Simone? When did you start just taking that type of trash and just dropping it into the space? I don't know, but the thing is, it feels very haterish, especially coming from Toya and coming from. I know why Toya's going at Quad her finances, but I can't get why Simone's going at Quad her finances. Why? Why? What is there? What are you trying to get? What's going on? And you're looking for these cracks in her foundation, and there actually are none. How she paid for the house? They said she's screwing the contractor, and this, that, and the other. And every time Simone adds to this, I'm like looking at Simone like, I cannot believe this is coming out of your mouth. Like, I can't believe this rumor mill is coming from your direction. So weird to me. So weird to me. But and Toya and Quad, I expect it. It is what it is. You know, but when Toya, where's your checks? Where's your checks? Like, are y'all really acting like YouTube tramps? Because that's what that looks like. YouTube tramps down here pulling out paychecks of what somebody. Let me tell you something. I do YouTube. I've been doing YouTube. I never speak my money with you all, and I won't. I am here for a purpose. My purpose is to entertain you. My purpose is to share with you a part of myself at times. And I do things that make you smile and laugh and kiki, and I share what I want. I ain't never wanted to share my finances with you all, and I'm not. And I'm not. Sitting down here telling you what I get in a month on YouTube for me would make me feel like a YouTube tramp. Why would I give you that? Why would I share? I'm not sharing that with you. First of all, I don't want you feeling sorry for me, because that's the only thing that can come out of it, is either sorrow or jealousy. And in this arena, you're going to get some of both. You could be making $10. There's somebody that's going to be jealous of the $10 because they ain't making but $7. And then there's going to be somebody to tell you your $10 ain't shit. I'm not never going to come down here and tell y'all what my Google money look like. I will never stoop to the level of YouTube trash and be discussing that with you all. And that's what happened with Toya, in my opinion. This is my review. That's my opinion. Toya presented herself as YouTube trash, talking about these little endorsement deals and things that she has. Here's a check for $6,000 for this. Here's one for $7,000 for that. And then you're wondering why Quad is sitting there. Did she say, you know, Quad is a shady heifer. Did she say $6,000? Did she say $7,000? And then you got people saying, oh, she be trying to do the most. Did she? Or is that what Toya deserved? Why would you put yourself out there like that? And that's not a lot of money. In the realm where you're at, you know, in the realm of things that you're in, and you're on Bravo every Sunday night, and you pull out an endorsement check for $6,000, girl, that's like pulling out a McDonald's check. Baby, I work fries, baby. You don't know nothing about this, bitch. I work fries. Get into it. And you're asking her about her sister's circle checks. And Quad sat over there. She's like, she wasn't even thinking about it. BCBG, yeah, we ain't seen nothing but clothes. We ain't seen nobody. Where would you see her money from BCBG? Where would you see that at, Toya? And the fact still stands, you and your husband purchased a house, which was your forever home. Remember, you all wrote in the foundations of the house, this was your forever home. And now you're moving. Financial woes, and it caused you to be moving. Don't bring up finances. We've been here for 9 seasons, and over half of those seasons, we've been talking about financial woes between you and your husband. You're not the person to lead the charge on finances. And showing your endorsement checks, like I said, you presented yourself as a YouTube tramp. I ain't taking it back. That's how I felt. I felt it was truly, I felt it was beneath you, really. Just think about it. Flashing your paycheck? It's nobody's business. Even the fact if you have a paycheck, you ain't got to share it. The less you share about your personal finances, the better you do. Let people think what they want to think. But that's crazy. Crazy. And then you presented it and she laughed in your face. So it really did backfire, didn't it? And we weren't impressed. You're talking about a $7,000 check, and we're like, "Oh, girl, you accept 7,000? Okay." And you're on Bravo every Sunday. Girl, bye. Anyway, okay, whatever. You're married to a doctor, and the way you talk and how you drug Audra about not wearing designer clothes on your trip to Vegas, we would think that a $7,000 endorsement check was just your check. That was just your lunch money being given back to you from whoever you were working for. Those were money that you spent on lunch dates and put them down as business meetings, right? $6,000 and $7,000. Not because you're rich, and that's what you said. You use those words. I'm rich. Rich people aren't squawking about $6,000 and $7,000 checks monthly. Not you made $6,000 in a day. Not you went onto a set and made 6 grand on a shoot. No, it's for a month and you're bragging, but you're on Bravo every Sunday. No, ma'am. Sometimes less is more. Shh, shush. That was really, really horrible. Anyway, so there's just some things, and that Quad was hitting you with. You'll never outread her because she's nasty. She nasty as she hangs around the girls. You're never going to outread her. Girl, she laid you out mistake. When she said, you can't stay in the house, you might as well get you a double wide because you're always on the move. I said, oh, mistake. Of course, she got you. She got you, girl. I said, girl, your mouth, Quad, your mouth, honey. See, it's those little things, honey, that will have your damn lipstick smeared on the side talking to folks like that, honey. I said, oh, Miss Quad, girl. Anyway, and I mean, they were going at it. It's nasty between them two. She said, well, you screwing around with the contractor. Didn't you go on trips with the contractor? She said, yes, I did. Him and it with his wife. His wife and I are friends. So she literally explained all the stuff about the contractor. Then she pulled out, she had did this polygraph test. And with the polygraph test results, it basically cleared her. But Andy's like, well, girl, yeah, it's true. These things aren't really permissible in court. But I mean, it's a reunion. This is not court. This is the court of public opinion. It just is what it is. I think the polygraph test thing is silly, but whatever. Then we ended up seeing Heavenly. Heavenly apologized to Quad, but by that time it was just bad timing because Quad was already on one, and she told Heavenly, yeah, okay, but see, the bullshit has to stop. And I agree, because Heavenly, there's been more times than not where Heavenly keeps throwing Quad's name into the ring of community pain. It's been, you joke about that a bit too much. You joke about it a bit too much to say, come back and, well, no, I know she's not doing that yet, but it's always part of a joke, from you on her. It don't look good. It don't look good. And I got what Quad was saying, but it was just timing. She probably wouldn't even came in Heavenly with it like that if she wasn't already and upset. I mean, she was on one already. So that's that. Um, Then it came up where earlier in the season when Quad told Heavenly, if you disrespect this friendship again, I'm gonna forego the friendship. It's gonna be over. And Andy made a comment and he says, somebody had written in and said, you would you, if you found out that your YouTube channel and the things you're saying on your YouTube channel were messing with your bottom line in your business, would you shut down the YouTube channel or change how you handle the YouTube channel? She said, absolutely. And he said, yet you're losing friendships and you're not shutting it down. And she's like, no. So I mean, you just basically came out and you stood in the fact that business before friendship, but business over friendship. And she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn, and then she laughed it off. But no, you meant it. You meant exactly. You said what you meant. You meant what you said. If it messed with my business, then yeah. But I'm gonna keep dragging y'all till y'all just stop speaking to me. It is what it is. Now, Anila. Anila decided, and this was a good one too. Anila, she's decided, her and Toya, she's deciding to stand in that joke. She said, Andy said, do you think it's funny when you pulled up in that U-Haul to that costume party, you and your husband, and that was a joke against Toya and Eugene? Do you think that that's actually funny? She said it was a joke. It was funny. And Toya said, well, people say that maybe I should dress up as a burglar next year. I said, this thing. Come on, Toya. Come on, Toya. And Anila's face. I said, she got you. See what I mean? You didn't think it was cute at all. You was sitting over there shrugging your shoulders like, yeah, well, it was funny. Baby, she hit you with that. I should dress up as a burglar. And baby, you gave. That was it. And that was all. I said, girl, she hit you with that quick, fast, and bump, bump, bump. Tore you up with it. I said, girl, oh, maybe later. Lit you up. Lit you up, wipe the smile right off your face. I said, uh-huh. Just a mess. We went from that, we went into the whole thing of that Quad can give it, but she cannot take it. It is actually true. It is true. It is true. Quad will hit you low, and she don't like being hit low. I mean, it just is what it is. It is what it is. Um, Heavenly. Heavenly was pushing that thing forward. She said, yeah, Quad, you talk about me having long teddies, you know, and come on, like seriously. And she gonna say, well, what you mad at me for, girl? You the one that had the surgery, and you want us to believe that your surgery got your titties sitting up like that. She's like, no, that's not what I said, girl. But my titties is my titties. I got a corset on. And this that the other. I was like, now, Quad, you really can't read her today, because when I tell you that Heavenly was snatched. She was snatched. Whatever she had underneath that dress or inside that dress, it was the proper things to be in there. She was snatched. But again, you don't like it. You don't. You don't like it, but you dish it. That, I mean, ain't nothing you can do about that. They got you with that one. It's true. It is what it is. Now, here's the thing. Anila, I was wondering when we were going to get around to this. How long did you think you were going to literally keep on pushing this story forth about these black people who you think has something to do with your house being broken into? How long did you think that line of chit chat was going to go well before you start getting some pushback and people ain't liking it? I'm telling you, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then you won't just come right out and say it. And like Toya said, you keep asking me. You're not. No, you don't keep saying it, but you keep. You're not just blatantly saying it. You keep asking me and stuff, and then you talk about it with other people. And Quad was pushing it. She's pushing the narrative through this, that, thing, and the other. And I get it. I get it. But I mean, come on, just the way it looks. At some point, we gonna say, "Excuse me, Indian woman, you want to stop calling these black people thieves?" You think we're going to continue? Like, okay, it's gone on and it's continuing going on, and it's like it's going into a place where it's like becoming slanderous. Her husband is a doctor, just like your husband is a doctor. Yeah, they got. I mean, you didn't say they broke it and stole your stuff. Everybody knows that they have a little money issues, but you didn't say they broke it and stole your stuff. But this is what I'm talking about with the cutting, and then even Contessa, girl, Contessa. I said, wait a minute, Contessa. Now it ain't even your issue. It ain't even your issue. You done jumped in with that stupid hairdo, with that belt buckle, that stone belt buckle on your hair, and you gonna say, here, go right here. Here's all the stuff that you got stolen. It all was melted down to make this buckle. What are you gonna do? You gonna say I broke in your house? I said, no, that was shady. That was shady to say that, Contessa. That was very heartless and very mean. Very heartless and very mean. I'm like, y'all saying any old thing to each other. But one thing that Contessa said that made a whole bunch of sense. If you really think that Eugene and Toya have stolen things from you or has something to do with somebody stealing something from you or have information about any of those things, them being guilty, about why in the hell are you still vacationing with them and traveling with them and smiling and grinning and partying with them? Because couldn't nobody make me do it. We'll wait for an answer. And all along, Quad is already in battle with them. So she's like, get them, get them, get them. But it ain't turning out good. And I'm seeing a shift in the atmosphere where we were just everybody hanging out. Y'all all everybody's melanated people and all of that. Everybody's melanated people except for one that I told y'all about a long time ago. And I'm gonna get to that in a minute. See, because I told y'all about that heifer a long time ago. One name, Carrie Wells. I told you all about that heifer a long time ago. At the bottom of this whole thing, about maybe Toya and Eugene have something to do with Anila getting robbed, that all started out of the mouth of Carrie Wells. What I tell y'all about that Carrie Wells? I told y'all that Carrie Wells wasn't good for the friend group back when she called the police on Toya and Mariah. I told y'all that 9 years ago, didn't I? Now here she go again. Now you want to keep on pushing forth some mess. I heard, anybody asked you nothing, heifer. I can't stand that Carrie Wells. I don't trust her. I don't know why she's here. Andy, why is she here? She your friend? Take her over your house with you and your people. We don't want to be bothered. She brings trouble. I see her, honey, and I see her the long way, honey. I don't like it. Don't like that Carrie Wells. Anyway, but Anila, I don't know how long you thought you were going to keep doing that before it starts looking a type of way. And then people will start to looking at you a type of way. And you're right there at the cusp of it. You see, people are dragging Quad about it. So if they're dragging Quad about it, what do you think is going to happen with you? I'm just saying, you do what you want to do. And then at the end of the episode, they asked her, do you think that Toya has information about your robbery and she's holding it, or do you think she has something to do with it? And you couldn't even answer it. You sitting there giving, yeah, yes or no. Which is it, sis? Yes or no? Mess. Anyway, and then here's this thing with Anila's mom. I thought this was shady, where it was Simone and Toya were the ones that were really saying it. But I'm sure maybe some other people thought that they didn't want. They thought Anila brought her mom to too many things. They don't want her mom at different functions. I said, oh. I said that kind of had to hurt. That kind of had to feel like a little knife in the back a little bit. I was like, wow. I guess. I don't know. I didn't, some of the stuff I was like, I wonder why she brought her mother, but she brought her and her mom hang out. So, but they hadn't told her, honey, we don't want your mom here, honey. I was like, oh, okay, girl. Just when you thought you were cool, honey, they gave you a little taste, honey. Didn't see it coming. Anyway, listen, this has been what I had to say about the first portion of Married to Medicine season 9 reunion. I'll be back with you all next week. I had a lot to say. It's been over a half hour. I know you all got a lot to say. Go on and put it on down there. Agree with me, disagree with me. I know some people in the YouTube world are probably going to be tight. Suffer. I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. Toya, don't do it again. You all, walk on over and make sure you see my fashion review. You notice in this review, usually I do the fashions, but I did a separate video about the fashions because I had a lot of things to say about the fashion lineup in this thing here. I think a few of the stylists were a little bit under the weather, if you know what I mean. I'll see you all next time. The stylists, Teddy, the stylists.